I'm Christina Giordano, the founder of Sold, your go-to resource for soulful entrepreneurship. And my philosophy is this: people can no longer be sold to, they must be sold to. That is SOUL''. But in order to sell with soul, you have to be sold on yourself first. This is marketing and manifesting with nothing but the essence that is you. This is business that begins within. The title for this week's episode is called This is What the Takeoff from the Orientation Phase Feels Like. Now, as a reminder, this is just a preview of the full episode that you can find on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Again, it's Sold by Christina Giordano. You can find those links in the description here. Now, one of the clearest signs of a stabilized signal is that your discernment sharpens dramatically. It's like upgrading audio equipment from a fuzzy, low-quality speaker to a state-of-the-art, high-definition recording studio mic. And suddenly, you're saying to yourself, whoa, I can sense everything. But really, you're just in resonance with life. You start noticing what resonates and what doesn't. You know what feels coherent and what feels off. You sense what's aligned and what only looks aligned on the surface. And it's because you have become so dense with your own truth that anything that's not matching that density is swiftly repelled. And anything that does match it is pulled in like a magnet. So right now, I'm personally holding a very potent, clean frequency, and it is steady, it is concrete, and it belongs entirely to me. So in this week's episode, I'm talking about what that feels like, what the takeoff from the orientation phase actually feels like, including this truth radar upgrade that happens when your signal stabilizes and life begins responding differently. It's the moment where coherence reaches critical mass and life begins reorganizing around what's true. So I talk about signal stabilization and nonlinear outcomes. I talk about resonance, congruence, and sharpened discernment. I talk about why intuition becomes quieter, clearer, and more trustworthy. And I talk about the relationship between spaciousness and perception. I talk about protecting your signal without becoming guarded. And finally, I talk about the difference between surviving life and becoming coherent within it. This episode is ultimately about what happens when you stop negotiating with yourself and become a full yes to your essence. Because essence-led expansion doesn't only change your business, it changes the way you experience reality itself. Sold is a framework for essence-led expansion, helping you stabilize your signal so reality can reorganize around what's true. And that's you. Enjoy this episode, and until next time, be well.